Jacques Derrida's seminal philosophical text presents a radical challenge to the foundations of Western thought regarding language. For centuries, the prevailing assumption has been that speech is primary, a natural, immediate expression of thought, while writing is merely a secondary, technical tool for recording speech. Derrida systematically dismantles this hierarchy, proposing instead that what we traditionally call writing is just one manifestation of a far more fundamental system. This system, which he terms arch writing, is a network of differences and relationships that makes all meaning possible. It is not a physical act but the very condition for language itself, existing before any instance of speech or inscription. This inversion suggests that our very capacity to think and communicate is structured by a logic of writing long before we ever utter a word or put pen to paper. Central to this argument is the concept of the trace. Derrida contends that meaning is never fully present in any single word or sign. Instead, every signifier carries within it the ghostly imprint, or trace, of other signifiers from which it differs. When we understand the word tree, we do so not through some pure, isolated concept of treeness, but through its difference from bush, flower, wood, and countless other related and unrelated terms. These absent terms are constitutive of the meaning of the present one. This logic extends beyond language to our experience of time and selfhood. Our present moment is always already marked by traces of the past and anticipations of the future. Our identity is a palimpsest of experiences and memories that are not immediately present but shape who we are. Thus, presence itself is always haunted by absence, and pure, unmediated meaning is an impossibility. This leads Derrida to proclaim the end of the book and the dawn of writing. The traditional model of the book represents a closed system of knowledge with a definitive beginning, middle, and end, a metaphor for a worldview that believes in totalizing, complete truths. Derrida argues that this model is an illusion. All texts are inherently open, interwoven with references to other texts in an endless play of signification. The digital age, with its hyperlinks and networked information, merely makes this inherent intertextuality visible. True meaning, therefore, is not found within the bounded covers of a book but in the boundless, interconnected activity of writing, an ongoing, never-complete process of interpretation and reinterpretation. A key methodological outcome of this thinking is deconstruction, the practice of carefully analyzing and dismantling the binary oppositions that structure Western metaphysics, such as speech writing, nature, culture, mind, body, and presence-absence. Derrida demonstrates that these hierarchies are unstable. Each term in the pair secretly depends on and infiltrates the other. The privileged term is only defined by its difference from the subordinate one. For example, the valorization of nature as pure and original only makes sense against the constructed idea of culture. Deconstruction reveals their mutual dependence and the violence done by insisting on their purity and hierarchy. This is not to destroy meaning but to show how it is produced through a dynamic, non-hierarchical play of differences. Finally, Derrida explores the violence of writing. Fixing meaning through any system of signs, especially written notation, involves a necessary reduction. The fluid, nuanced, and infinite potential of thought and experience is forced into predefined categories, codes, and grammars. This is a foundational violence that enables social organization, law, and communication itself. From bureaucratic forms that reduce complex human lives to checkboxes, to historical narratives that silence marginalized voices, writing imposes order by excluding other possibilities. Recognizing this inherent violence is not a call for silence, but for an ethical awareness of the exclusions performed by our systems of meaning. It demands a responsible, vigilant practice of reading and writing that remains open to the other, to the trace, and to the endless deferral of final meaning. In doing so, of Grammatology does not simply offer a new theory of language, it provides a profound toolkit for questioning the very structures through which we understand our world and ourselves.